Those bears were put down over the past couple of days after the mama bear actually ended up locking herself in the van while here in the North Bend area while trying to get food. We did speak with one neighbor who asked us not to show her face on camera. She says the mama bear and her cubs have recently been seen in people's yards in recent weeks.
I know for a fact that there were at least 5 that we see regularly. Now there's 1.
Melissa Grant is no stranger to bear sightings in her own backyard, evident by the broken railing and plenty of home surveillance footage. She says she could recognize one black bear marked with a yellow ear tag.
Get into trash, get into bird feeders, but in the last month or so, since she had the 3 cubs, that it's escalated.
Washington Fish and Wildlife says this mama bear had been captured, tagged, and released before. But she and her cubs had recently become too comfortable being around people.
People put their trash out too early. The bears come, they wreck the trash, they eat the trash. This one started escalating, started breaking into people's homes.
One anonymous neighbor captured the bears on a backyard picnic table, the same home where one bear reportedly climbed through a window to eat a snack. Then on Wednesday, the mother got stuck in a parked van that had food inside.
We had to drill a hole in the vehicle, and we were able to dart her at that time.
Officials decided to euthanize the mama bear and her cubs because of their history of foraging around.
We also try to keep, take into account the most important thing, of course, is public safety as well.
And in a separate incident in Whatcom County, a black bear was put down Wednesday after attacking a jogger. The man was treated at the hospital for injuries to his hands and feet.
He was able to fight and protect himself and eventually spooked the bear off.
Grant believes people can help keep themselves and the bears safe by securing food. And her neighborhood is even looking at getting locked trash cans.
The bears got into the van, but it wasn't his fault. It was our collective fault for habituating this bear.
Yeah, hey there, Tammy. Well, even with cases going up and the high demand for the vaccine, doctors and health professionals say supply still limited.
For hours on Saturday, Seattle Central College was a pop-up monkeypox vaccination clinic.
This is the first of what we hope will be multiple community vaccine events.
Doctors from Seattle-King County Public Health say more than 500 doses were available. Today's clinic was intended for those who are at high risk of infection.
We know we don't have enough vaccine that we would love to have to be able to help the entire community. So we are prioritizing higher risk groups right now.
State health officials say at the moment supply for the vaccine is limited. Just around 5 o'clock this evening, the county tweeted all of the available vaccine was used at today's clinic. Health officials also say the virus appears to disproportionately affect the LGBTQ+ community. Earlier this week, we spoke to community members in Capitol Hill about the limited supply.
One of the things I've noticed the most is that right now it's very hard to get the vaccine. And I feel like the government and people in power aren't really taking it very seriously because it's affecting a minority group versus the mass general public.
Managers at the clinic want to get the word out that this virus can affect anyone.
There is a lot of stigma and a lot of understanding that, this may be only happening to one certain community, and that's just not true.
During this time of limited supply, doctors are still encouraging people to keep checking for opportunities to get vaccinated.
Some clinics and healthcare organizations are vaccinating their own patients. They have enough vaccine to do their own high-risk patients. So check with your own healthcare provider.
Well, some say it's a good idea to help the homeless, but others are worried about potential crime and safety issues if something like this is opened up. Today we heard from residents who live next to the former Extended Stay America on 320th Street in Federal Way, which has been purchased by King County and will be used to house and help those who are homeless. Some think it's a good idea.
I just hope that they get everybody off the streets and they have a safe place to sleep at night.
Others question the effectiveness of the plan and have crime and safety concerns.
Of course, that is a major issue. I don't think it's a good plan. I don't think it's going to help the homeless situation in Federal Way very much, if at all.
About a 15-minute drive from this spot in Auburn, the former Clarion Inn at 916th Street Northwest will also be used for the same purpose.
Each of these new health-through housing facilities, one in Auburn, one in Federal Way, will house about 100 chronically homeless folks.
Today, in a video released by King County Executive CONSTANTINE, he announced the 2 organizations that will be running these facilities and talked about the program.
Get housing for those who've been chronically homeless with the services to help them stay housed.
Compass Housing Alliance, who will be managing the Auburn location, said that this property would be staffed 24/7, including case managers who'll work with residents on employment and permanent housing. However, there isn't a limit on how long residents could stay, but they add the focus would be on moving residents into permanent housing. This is all part of King County's Health Through Housing initiative. Funded by sales tax revenue, so far the county has purchased 10 locations, including these sites.
A very close call for that little boy and his family. The responding officer we spoke to says when he arrived, the little boy was already turning blue and unresponsive. Police say the little boy was playing at a park off 31st in South Madison when his mother noticed he'd picked up a blue pill. Within minutes, he became lethargic, and the family tried to get him to the hospital, running out of gas before they could get there. They called 911, and Officer Masai Ford was first on the scene. Police say the boy's mother had the quick thinking to pick up what was left of the pill and showed it to the officer, who quickly determined the boy was suffering from an accidental fentanyl overdose. Responding firefighters were then able to administer Narcan, saving that little boy's life.
Had he eaten that whole pill, I don't know what would have happened. I mean, this drug is killing seasoned users. So a child who has no tolerance, I don't know what that would have done to his system.
Hi, everyone. I'm Preston Phillips from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.